Alright guys, so Kefla is going to get her Dokkan Awakening very soon on Global Dokkan. And that will allow you to do this right here. This is one thing, is that Kefla is an amazing card, and she also does serve as a true category leader for the Potara team. So once the 3-year anniversary arrives on Global and LR Super Vegito drops, what you'll actually be able to do is, if you do not have luck pulling LR Super Vegito, and if you have Kefla, you can run her as your leader and bring a friend, LR Super Vegito friend. Now, the team won't be quite as strong as it could be, obviously, with 2 LR Super Vegitos. I do feel that LR Super Vegito and LR Super Gogeta are the 2 best units in the game, but this team would still be more than capable of, like, no-iteming every event in the game. The Potara team is one of the most devastating teams in the game. So we're going to go ahead and hop into Boss Rush with this kind of team right here. Now, I'm actually going to do some... I'm going to skip to the 3rd fight in this Boss Rush stage, because I always go through the Boss Rush and it's, you know, Gogeta, then Omega. I'm going to skip so that we go to the later fights of this Boss Rush with this squad right here, the Potara team. So give me 1 second to do that. Alright guys, so now we will go ahead and hop into the event. So we'll start with the Ultimate Gohan version here. So I went through the first 2 events, didn't have to use items. The Potara team, of course, is very, very powerful. Omega, of course, fucks up rotations, though, so it'll be a little while until we'll have Kefla here with us. Let me actually, what we'll do is I'll hang on to LR Super Vegito here. Now, unfortunately, LR Super Vegito, they don't really link up that well with Kefla, because Kefla has, I believe, Super Saiyan, and she also has Power Bestowed by God. Those are her attack links. Now, because of the nature of her abilities, what with the orb changing and stuff, like, you don't really need to worry so much about getting her key. So the fact that she has 500 million attack links really isn't, like, that, you know, needed or big of a deal. So we'll go ahead and we'll easily get through the first little bits with Ultimate Gohan right here. And then this will be pretty cool because we'll be able to see how Kefla will fare at the Rainbow Star level against basically a Dokkan Fest like boss, you know, fight that's a type disadvantage against her. So that'll be pretty cool. Alright, so we'll leave Rose here like this. That's fine. LR Vegito Blue, he actually is a pretty good linking partner with Kefla. You know, they're going to share Power Bestowed by God, Super Saiyan, as well as Shattering Limit. So Shattering Limit, that could be pretty good for LR Vegito Blue. I don't really think Kefla so much is going to need it because, again, in order for Kefla to do maximum damage, you are going to try and be getting her as much or like as much or as many orbs as possible, right? So, like, I always hate when they fill orb changers up with key links, because it's really just a waste, because the unit is not going to be strong anyway unless you're giving them tons of orbs, and then they basically, like, don't support them with you know, attack links, which could really help push some of these units over the edge. So, like, right here, Kefla's not gonna, well, I guess I could do it like that. The only problem is that Gohan will be able to hit that Tech Vegito very hard. So Kefla, the good thing about Kefla is now it doesn't have to be physical orbs for her to get in order to do all of this damage. Like right there, we can get 5. Right there, that is actually 6. So let's go ahead and get the physical orbs because it will give her more total orbs, but it's not necessary in terms of her actually dealing damage and raising her defense. Before she Dokkan Awakens, there's of course that dodge chance of hers. Before she Dokkan Awakens, you have to give her physical orbs, so even Rainbow Orbs won't increase her attacking or her defensive power. But after Awakening, she does get a buff to both of those. And frequently, Kefla will do this, where she'll get the additional attack from the Duke system. She is a unit that is like, she's one of these Vegito-type units that just gets a lot better once you put a lot of orbs into her, because, you know, once you have the chance of the crit or the additional, like, to activate on both of her attacks, that increases her value a lot and makes her a lot stronger than if, like, you don't have her with any potential system buffs or anything like that. Oh, this is a very strong rotation. I would prefer to not destroy Ultimate Gohan here. But this is going to be real close. So I'm not going to get a super attack with EGL Super Vegito at the end, because I would like Ultimate Gohan to survive right here. And then I can go ahead and, you know, see how well Kefla would be able to actually hold up. Oh, LR Goku Black is just too strong, bro. Like, this is it. This is the Potara team, though. This is part of what I wanted to show with this video, is that, like, you know, everyone is looking forward to LR Super Vegito and LR Super Gogeta coming very soon to Global Dokkan. I think, you know, probably the end of June, start of July is a good target date for an LR Super Vegito and Super Gogeta will come to Global. Now, ooh, this is, I think Gohan is just barely, oh, he survived. Okay, perfect. Okay, that worked out really well, actually. All right, so let's go ahead and give Kefla all of these AGL orbs right there, build up her defense, and let's see how she'll be able to withstand against our boy Ultimate Gohan right here. So she takes only 4,000. Again, that's not bad, because Ultimate Gohan is a, you know, a pretty recent, well, I guess on JP, he's now, you know, what, 8 months old on JP? So it certainly has been a while there, but, you know, it's still a category, a Dokkan Fest category boss fight, right? Like, so that is, like, an interesting way to kind of look at it. But I really wanted to show that, like, you don't need 2 LR Super Vegetos in order to actually make the Potara team work. Just Kefla is really all you're gonna need in order to make the team actually become effective. Now, this actually does work as well for the Fusion team. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is more than enough. You could use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as your leader, and then you can bring a friend LR Super Gogeta. So that's another reason why I would strongly suggest, like, if you guys have Kefla already, to go for LR Super Gogeta first. Especially if you don't have LR, you know, you're not gonna have LR Super Gogeta obviously before the banner comes out, but you don't have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta either. You can, both of those units are on that banner. So even if you don't get LR Super Gogeta, if you pull Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you will be able to run that team with him as leader and then a friend LR Super Gogeta. So, you know, there is, like the way they design these teams, it does work out very, very well. Let's quickly go over Kefla. I want to explain one reason why she's so good. So this is Dreadful Super Fusion Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Her leader skill is the Potara category Ki +3, and HP, attack, and defense 150%. Her super attack is the Gigantic Blast, which does immense damage to the enemy and greatly lowers defense. Her passive skill is Super Combat Power Stimulation, which is changes int key spheres to physical key spheres, which will help her do more damage and tank better, because she gets attack and defense 12% per any key sphere obtained. Now, again, when she was before her Dokkan Awakening, it had to be physical key spheres, but now that she awakens, it could be any key sphere, which is a gigantic buff for her. Now, she also has a medium chance to avoid enemies' attack, which should be a 30% chance, and then she also will launch a guaranteed additional chance, which a guaranteed additional attack, which has a high chance to become a super attack, so that should be about a 50% chance. So it's very, very common with Kefla, actually, where she will super attack 3 times. That is a frequent occurrence of her, you know, doing 3 super attacks with like a 1 million attack stat. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla is a very powerful card. Her links are Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Tournament of Power, Power Bestowed by God, Fuse Fighter, Shattering Limit, and Warriors of Universe 6. Mostly key links, but she does have Super Saiyan and Power Bestowed by God, so you could utilize both of those to allow her to do a little extra damage. Again, I don't think most of her key links are unnecessary anyway for her, since you're going to want to get her max key orbs if possible. Her 12 key multiplier is 145%, which again, I would say is definitely good enough, considering she's not even a Dokkan Fest exclusive unit or anything like that. She is a nuker, and she does have a guaranteed additional, so 145% I would actually say is pretty generous for this card. And then she does have 3 categories. She, of course, is on the Potara category, which is definitely her best team, I would say. She's on the Peppy Gals, or Peachy Peachy Gal team, where she is the best unit on that category. And then she is also on the Universal Survival Art team, where she is very, very good. Kefla is a fantastic unit on that Universal Survival Arc team. I do run her frequently all the time when I'm actually running that team. So here's a perfect example. So we'll be able to get more key spheres by getting these blue ones right here. That'll be nice. We'll have Super Vegito do this. So we're able to activate both of Kefla's attack links right here. Power Bestowed by God, as well as Super Saiyan. And look at that, even Type Disadvantage, 1.1 million attack stat. You know, she's not taking any damage even at a Type Disadvantage because of all the key spheres she's able to get. Plus, her attack stat is well over 1 million, which is very good. We weren't able to get the triple super attack, but I think, you know, there is a good chance we could see the triple super attack come out before we finish off Angel Golden Frieza here. Again, that's something that happens quite frequently, her getting all of these super attacks. Another reason why I think you should feel good about the prospect of putting orbs into Kefla. Really, for the longest time, I did not put orbs into her and get her to 100% because I wasn't sure how her awakening would turn out and when they would eventually do that. And it actually well exceeded my expectations. I did not foresee that they were going to change her passive from, you know, getting physical key spheres to making her stronger to any. Like I know a lot of people probably kind of don't think about it too much, but that is such a massive buff. It's really it can't be understated how good of a buff that is. I think that probably would be better to give her the AGL key spheres right there. The key orbs didn't really line up the greatest right there for her to get a lot of additional damage. And then of course, you know, Super Vegito and Kefla do make a good partnership because they're going to be reducing a lot of damage, you know, because Super Vegito, he's reducing basically all damage that, you know, normal bosses are going to be able to do to him unless they super attack. And then Kefla, not only can she just flat out tank, but she also does have the 30% chance to dodge, which is pretty good. That does make her a nice defensive unit. Kefla actually is probably going to be a pretty good unit in Super Battle Road. Now that I think about it, I should take Kefla into Super Battle Road and show how good she can be in there. Especially with the unit like Weirus along her side. I do feel like she could really, really show out and kind of take control in Super Battle Road. Her defensive ability with all the orbs, plus the ability she'll have to dodge. Any dodging unit is pretty good in Super Battle Road. I would say Dispo's maybe... His ability in Super Battle Road wasn't as good as I was thinking, just because a lot of times those fights don't last long enough for Dispo to really build up that dodge chance like crazy. But still, having dodge units on Super Battle Road, I do think a lot of times is the way to go. And that's one reason Extreme STR is so easy to beat for Super Battle Road, is because you have Janemba, who is such a fantastic defensive unit. And then you also have very good attack all units like LR Broly and the Extreme Z-Awaken Broly as well. Okay, perfect. So here's what we'll do. We'll just have LR Vegito Blue. He can just get his 12 key super. I don't really want to give him anything too crazy there. We'll give Kefla all of those orbs, and Kefla should be able to go ahead and send Frieza right back to hell from whence he came. So yeah, get out of here, Frieza. It's Kefla time. Kefla time, my boy. And as you guys can see, it's pretty easy to give her enough orbs to keep her attack stat around 1 million. There you go. Look at this Potara team. Just casually kind of strolling through. This is the toughest boss rush stage, having to use no items here. It's very, very easy. Obviously, LR Goku Black, his healing has a lot to do with that, but the Potara team is just one of the more well-rounded and well-balanced teams in the game. And you don't need the LR Super Vegito leader. Kefla alone is good enough. So if you guys plan on summoning on that banner tomorrow, Ultra Instinct Goku, and you get Kefla, she is definitely a very good consolation prize. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.